Hey, you guys, it's that time. We're out here in the yard. Hey, Miss Queen Libra, how are you doing today? It looks like it's just me and you in here to talk about Dusty Nasty old Eric Forrester's raggedy draws and his sugar bear. Lord, the honey bear and his sugar bear have been caught in the honey spot. And I still can't believe that Eric would be this out of the box at the family venue. You know, everybody knows that place. The guy who was the waiter was really trying not to talk to Quinn. He was like, yeah, I know who your husband is. Let me go get y'all something to drink. Y'all want some sweet tea or some juice or something? Because I got to do my job and mind my damn business. You didn't watch it today. Oh, my gosh. I wish we could do watch parties. We can do watch parties, but the problem with watch parties is when we do watch parties and I try to re-air the broadcast, CBS has snitches set up in the algorithm. So they know when you post stuff that you don't have ownership of, and then so they send you this nice little email that says your content has been blocked because the copyright owner said that you ain't got no business posting their stuff. Yes, you gotta watch it because it felt weird to me. Carter is still planning everything for the wedding. Paris is still full speed ahead. Like she don't know what's going on. And I feel like she knows what's going on. I feel like, if somebody's done a complete 360 or 180 or whatever it is he's done. Carter didn't want anything to do with Paris. He was out here in these streets, after Zoe, he was out here in these streets with Quinn. The only reason he was with that little girl was because she was the rebound. Oh my God, Stefan is over here in the yard today. I lost track of my whole thought because Stefan is in the yard, y'all.
Stefan came on. All right.
Shut up, Stefan.
Hey,
Shut up and
what's
keep
up?
on talking.
Look, let me turn my volume all the way up. Hello,
I can't believe it.
How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing tonight?
Good. Today's triflingness must have drove Stefan from YouTube over here because it was pretty trifling.
Girl, that's why I was just starting to talk to Miss Queen Libra about Eric and his raggedy draw and his sugar bear getting all today.
It's just bringing such a bad taste in my mouth. This whole thing now, it's just so disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything is going to be swept under the rug. It's just like, who does this? Like, this is beyond trifling. At this point, this is so ghetto. It's nasty.
Ghetto ain't even the word for it. I mean, here's the thing. We all know Brad Bell plays his favorites. He always has. Mm-hmm. However, everybody else who has managed to have anything that even resembles an affair in the last at least 10 years that I could think of, they didn't got dragged through the mud for being a cheating bastard or a cheating heifer, one of the two. But you can tell from the way that they're trying to set this up that is not in the cards for Donna and Eric, and it makes me sick.
Yes. And I can't stand it either. I can't stand it. Like, he talking about something. I can't stand this. I have to tell Quinn. I have to tell her today. You've been messing around on her for how many months, and you gonna choose today? Oh wow!
Quinn walked in that room so slow. I'm just like, ma'am. All you heard was outside the door. All you heard was outside the door. Eric. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would have just kicked the door open.
What's Donna running under the covers for? Like, what? Are you 16?
I rolled my eyes.
You just got busted. Just stand up and be like, my nasty drawers under here. Girl.
She's scared of Quinn. You know all that talking,
She
Garrett.
ain't too scared of him. She messing around with her
Acting real
husband.
scary.
Yeah, Garrett did all that talking in the live time. Donna's been working out and taking classes. She can take Quinn. Girl, but you under the covers.
Girl, please, you under the covers.
But
You
she
were so
under the
bold.
covers.
Way under the covers.
She ain't too scared. She said he's just sat up there and told her 30 seconds ago that he finna leave Quinn for her, and she still ran under the covers. I guess that's just whole automatic response. Like
Eric gonna say,
I don't know about that, Larry.
Hey, Sam.
Eric
And the
talking
part-
about some. Oh, what's Quinn doing here?
Well, no, what are you doing here, bro? The part that killed me is that look, we've talked about this before, about how Belle has this, or rather Bold has this perception problem of how something looks to them and how it looks to the rest of the viewers. Okay? And their perception of what they've done with Donna and Eric is totally different from how the majority of the viewers who interact on social media see it. And my thing is this. That's real convenient, Eric. How convenient. You suddenly need to tell Quinn the truth, and you just can't go on like this anymore. It's really convenient that you suddenly came to this epiphany the day that the other man that you know is in love with your wife is about to come off the market. No, his ego was going to let him go ahead and cut Quinn loose because the other better option was about to come off the market, and that was okay because then she gets to go be alone and just do whatever.
And not only that, it is Sully's quarter because how he's writing it, he's getting it away from the original meaning of how they even got together. He's making it look like, oh, Quinn cheated on him, so this is the repercussions of what she started, instead of it making it look like, okay, it started because of Eric. No, it ain't like that. Now it's making Quarter look bad because of how Carter is playing now Paris, instead of it just being Eric as the third party, and he's the one that started this shit. Now it's Carter has brought in a whole nother element, and now it's making Quarter look bad to be with. Like, you don't even want to root for them no more because of Carter.
Exactly. I got nothing. Quinn, as far as I'm concerned, Quinn comes out of this smelling like a rose. She ate, despite despite whatever she's feeling, she hasn't disrespected her marriage or Eric by pursuing her feelings. She's actually fought against them so that she can try to be the wife that she thinks she needs to be to Eric. Carter just looks like a nutcase because I don't agree with much that come out of Ridge's mouth, but he said it today, Carter's losing it. He literally is acting like he lost his mind.
Hold on. Sam said she can't hear. Sam said she can't hear.
Yeah, I'm in the chat. I saw that she left and she's coming back, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he sounds like he's completely lost his mind. And no matter how this mess goes down, in the next few days, of course, word of warning, they have a pop-up hearing tomorrow, so we will most likely not be getting Bold because it's at 1:00 Eastern time.
Child, they say that today this morning at 12:00 talk about some. They got a hearing before they go on recess. What?
Yeah, this hearing was not in the original schedule, and they literally scheduled it today. So
got that film. They said they had some video of the Trump family and what they were doing while them people was rushing the Capitol building. Some unbefore-seen footage. I think it's gonna be of them having a party or some shit because
probably
kind of saw a clip of a little bit where they were out at some place and it did look like they were having a party. So maybe somebody got.
They was backstage. They said Trump was backstage watching, and then he went over to the White House and he finished watching and did. They was trying to make him stop. He was sitting in by the oval saying he didn't want to stop
it. Probably popping some champagne.
Yeah,
Ivanka lied. So
they'll show that tomorrow. But
right. So we're not going to get to see the actual reaction until Wednesday. But the thing is, we can already tell from how this setup is that it's not going to be anything that we've wanted it to be since this foolishness started. And not because Eric's a good man or that, he's worth a fight over, but because they just deserve to get the shit slapped out of them for being so trifling. And now, even if we did forego that part of it, I'd be fine with it if I thought Quinn was going to use this to her advantage to get her a bigger slice of the pie. But even that whole ship seems like it has sailed.
Yeah, Bridget saying behind Quinn was like, "What in the what?"
Bridget had those expressions that Hope had when Grace and Paris was fussing in front of her, like, "Oh shit's going."
Did y'all notice they had strawberries in there?
Yeah, and candles. Again,
like,
did they have a honey bottle somewhere? Huh.
Because Chris said,
sticky love.
Quinn was like, "Where's my husband? He supposed to be at the club." No, your husband is in room number 12. Huh?
Room 24. Wasn't it Cabana 24?
Oh yeah, bungalow 24. Yeah. That's where he at. Bungalow 24.
Joey said this job don't pay me enough to be sitting here lying to wives. He been spending his time in bungalows.
Exactly.
And didn't I tell y'all once upon a time that Queen was gonna say to Eric, "Why don't you teach me how to play pickleball since you go so much?" And what she do today? Yeah. Why don't you teach me how to play pickleball since you go so much? He said, "Well, maybe someday I will." Lying to her face, y'all. Someday I'll teach you how to play it. Now you go run along and make some jewelry or something. It's so cute. Teach you how
exactly. To I wanted to have lunch with you, Eric. Oh, I can't do that. He
wanted to have dinner. He said no to that too. Like you trying to spend the night out?
Yeah, he said he got shit to do with food.
He had a little bag and everything. He had his little whole bag with him and everything.
He sure did. He said, I got a meeting at the office and then pickleball. I just don't even wait up for me. I ain't come back tonight.
He said, I got an appointment. Then later on he gonna say I got a meeting. She said, I thought you said you was going to the club. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Then you getting sloppy and just outright disrespectful. Exactly. Now that Queen had done this shit like this.
Oh, Reginald got kicked out.
I've been waiting on Sam to come back. I think she said she was at work too, though.
She did. She said she would be in late because she had to go to the office today. So this mess is like, here's the thing. I always understood the setup for this story, that the point of it was to put Quarter back together without the baggage. But the problem is that, see, this is the part where I feel like somebody then stuck their hand in there and didn't let this shit go the way it should have went. Yes, exactly. Because if the point of this was to put Quarter back together without the baggage, then it just switched out one form of baggage for another. So now, instead of having the stank on it, as Amaya said, with this whole Mandingo crap where they had Carter and Quinn sleeping together with Eric's permission, now instead of it having that particular problem loaded on it, now we have the specter of him totally making a mess of matters with Paris and using her to try to suppress his feelings for Quinn and all of that foolishness that's going on to be hanging on the side of it. Because the thing is, do I think that Carter and Quinn walk out of that wedding venue like The Graduate or something where they just run away together? I know. No. It's not gonna go like that.
You may tell you what's gonna happen. What finna happen is Carter is gonna have to go ahead and marry this girl because you done sat here and made this commitment to her. You just sat here and told her that you wanted to start a life with her. You ready to go. You told her you want to get married tomorrow. You couldn't wait no more. You know what? You're going to have to marry this damn girl. You're not going to sit here and make her look like a fool in front of all of these people and have her out like this.
You know what?
You're going to have to follow through.
And the other time, I was saying, yeah, but I just thought about something. Y'all remember that picture where Paris was being held by her mama?
Yeah.
She wasn't being held by her mama because she a newlywed. She was looking like she was crying. She was upset. And both of them was looking very, very just out of sorts.
Pissed,
So it's going to be some type of runaway groom situation.
She left at the altar.
I think, I don't think this ends with Paris being married, but I don't think this ends with Quarter automatically being on lock with each other either. Because the other problem is that Quinn didn't do anything that she wasn't supposed to do in this case, okay? Because one, nobody can't tell her nothing about Eric again in life. I don't want to hear nobody, especially not nobody whose last name is Logan, saying a damn thing to Quinn about Carter and infidelity ever again, because we need to be through with that topic altogether. Period.
But they will be because they can't miss the opportunity to gloat.
Because they discussed them like that. So now Carter has to deal with the fact that he's got to now have to deal with the repercussions of trying to get your meat and your bread from the same place. He's the COO of Forrester, but Paris still works there. So this is going to make for some interesting mess at the office on Monday after all of this foolishness has now gone down. Because now everybody's going to know that, well, the reason you asked Paris to marry you and the reason you rushed it so fast, because even Zende only found out today that that they was getting married today, that so it was because you really were still in love with Quinn and you were just using her. So now he looks trifling as hell.
Child, she gonna walk up to Zende talk about something. Me and Carter want you at the wedding. Zende looking at her like, excuse you?
See, that's not. This show is so weird with that.
I'm still not giving on the part where Paris winds up pregnant. I'm still not giving up on that because I still think she's gonna wind up pregnant, and that's how she gonna get in the middle of Quarter.
Right, because it's very possible that in the last 48 hours they've slept together. Very, very possible. It is extremely possible because if in 2 weeks or so, if we start popping up with Paris saying, "Oh, I just don't feel well," I'm gonna just throw my hands up in there and say, "Okay, that's it.
That's all we know. That's all we need to know.
That's all we need to know. We know exactly where this is going." And the show is so weird. This weird, pervasive need to have exes co-sign your marriage or with another person. First, Eric ass was just totally out of order for saying that, asking Quinn, "Are you going to Carter's wedding?" Bruh, why was she? You already know she thinks that this is kind of an odd thing for Carter to be doing to begin with. Plus, they have history. Why would she want to go? And then them talking about how they wanted Zende there. What for? What the? This reminds me of what Hope said she wanted Steffi at her wedding.
Exactly. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just like Steffi being at each and every one of them motherfucking weddings that Lope had and didn't have.
Child, Steffi was sitting at that wedding like, "Can I go home? I just want to go home with my child. I don't want to be here."
I mean, it's like, look, nobody ain't trying to stop your festivities, but what the hell I need to be here for? I mean, bios con Dios, do. I mean, I wish you well, but yeah, I don't need to be here for this. Shit.
Now they're gonna sit there and torture Zende.
No, like, but he gonna go.
That's his stupid butt want to go. Let him go ahead and go. I wouldn't want. I'm sorry. I want them to be supporting nothing. I never liked them asking Steffi and her going to their weddings. That was so disrespectful, and it was like
Liam didn't ask. That was Hope. That was on Hope. Hope had asked Steffi to come.
But
Liam was just like, no, I don't think Steffi should be here.
I swear it was one of the few times I agree with something that came out of Brooke Logan's mouth when she was like, "What you mean you invited Steffi to your wedding? Like, seriously?" It was like, yeah, that wasn't something that needed to happen. Just like Zende going to this crap didn't need to happen. And here's the thing about, and this is the part about Eric that is going to make me infuriated for probably the rest of the year, is that people wants to act like he doesn't know what we all know he knows. He knows his marriage with Quinn is over. Okay, and he knew that long before he verbalized it today to Donna. He's known that. He's known that for months.
Yeah, because he's been working on it.
Exactly. So for him to sit up here and then this matter about Carter and Quinn, for him to suggest that she's supposed to go to the wedding, it's like, okay, first of all, you could tell that she don't want to talk about the topic of Carter at all. Whenever you bring up Carter, she wants to talk about y'all. She's doing that because she's trying to focus on y'all's marriage, the marriage between you and her, not whatever bullshit Carter Walton then got himself into. So it's like, but you keep refocusing the subject back to Carter and what's going on with him and this mess with Paris. That's because obviously, Eric, even though you don't know what's going on, you know what's going on. You know that there's something that's still there, and that it's still there. It's just that people aren't acting on it. So you're over here screwing around with Donna and talking about how you just can't stay away from her. Well, bruh, you didn't find a better option for yourself, and you already know there is a better option out there for Quinn if she's free to pursue it. What's stopping you from just saying what needs to be said and letting her do that? His damn ego. They'll get an annulment because the show is weird. Now, Amaya, if Eric and Quinn get a damn annulment after being married from 2016, I'm gonna just throw my hands up and give up any hope of this show having any kind of legal crap that makes sense.
Because he's sitting there looking at the door, Donna over under the covers. I'm just like, you know what? You ain't a teenager now. Quinn already know who it is.
Yeah, that's the part that cracked me up. She gonna jump under the covers. I was like, oh, you tart, what you hiding under the covers for?
What you hiding for? You was proud the other day. You proud of this damn club. Everybody see your ass. They know who you here with.
Exactly.
Now you scared, bitch, if you don't get out the damn bed.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, what you hiding under the covers for, Trick? You talking about, I love you. And then exactly. And then as soon as you heard Quinn's voice, you trying to hide under the sheets. Like, well, oh wait, are you ashamed of yourself? No, of course you're not. Disgusting. I was just like, ugh. And also, did the music cues annoy anybody else as much as they annoyed me?
I wasn't really paying attention to the music because I was like, how is she going to catch these damn traitorous ass cheats in this damn bed?
She caught them all right. But that's the other thing that tells you how the story is going to proceed from here on out is music cues. Here's the thing. If you're having a romantic love scene, you get that sweeping romantic music. If you're having some kind of illicit damn rendezvous, some kind of tawdry afternoon delight, you get the sexy music usually. You don't get the whole sweeping romance, movements, orchestras and all of that crap. That's what Donna and Eric are getting if you go back and watch this foolishness. I was listening to that soundtrack like, who are you trying to sell this shit to? I know you're not trying to sell it to me because I'm not buying.
Right.
Okay, why are you not busting out with the pseudo porno music that you usually do when people are having illicit sex? Oh, because this is supposed to be moving and romantic and loving. Get the hell on.
It's giving elderly sex in the city.
I don't buy it though. I'm not here for it.
No, me neither. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Now, I will say that we did get to see Katie again, which I was not expecting. For Katie, because one thing I find it hilarious that we always had these people at Brooke House and Brooke ain't never there.
Well, Brooke had to go run out and meet somebody or something. But you know what?
Right.
Katie talk about some, Brooke ran out for a second. She probably be back sooner than later. And Riz looking at her like, why are you still here?
Brooke down at the cabin looking at Liam through the window.
Well, Liam do have a nice. Liam do have a nice little figure.
Please don't say that. Please don't say that because
She looking through the window like, damn, I could have had that.
Well, Quinn had it first.
Oh, she sure did.
Oh Lord. Hey, it was the only relationship where he ever managed to be faithful, so that's why it worked. Sincerely, Adam and Eve is the only relationship where Liam was actually 100% a faithful man.
Right. Well, he was faithful till them thoughts came back, and he was like, "But you're not the person that I'm remembering." Funny how that time he never had a glimpse of hope. If
Right.
true love, he not one time had any kind of thoughts about anybody with blonde hair.
What we talking about?
He was thinking about a brunette.
Oh, Liam, when he was in the cabin with Quinn.
Oh yeah, we was talking about that over the weekend, Adam and Eve. Yeah.
Oh, Sam. Oh, can you hear us now, Sam?
Yes. I couldn't hear y'all earlier, but yes, I can hear y'all now.
See, that's what I was going through Friday on the live stream, and you guys were like, "No, we can hear you." And I'm like, "But I can't hear nothing from nobody. Like I can't even hear myself." But once I left and came back, it was fine.
Exactly. That's what I just did, and it was fine.
So there we asked for your reaction. Oh, you haven't watched that foolishness yet?
They had me in the office again today, child. They're gonna have me up there again tomorrow. I don't know what's worse, having to go into the office or not having no job at all.
Well, here's the thing. You lucked out. Tomorrow you won't miss nothing because they got a pop-up hearing, so there will be no bowl.
I'm mad I'm gonna miss the hearing. While y'all jiving, those hearings as good as a mug. And I'm mad I'm gonna miss it because I feel like it's gonna be a good one for them to pop up and say, "Oh no, we got to tell everybody about this right now."
Exactly.
Because the chairman came on TV talking about we got a hearing them. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm sick of this. I can't wait until I'm across somebody's ocean so I can sit back and go, I sure hope my friends is okay dealing with this bullshit.
Yeah, it's a lot of BS going on.
Is.
And I tell you, I have never felt so uneasy and so I guess I would say scared in all my life. In all my years, I have to say, I don't think I've ever been this afraid of what the future holds.
Because look, let's be blunt. This is some nutty shit that is the result of decades of diligent work on the part of people who don't care about the law. They don't care about other people's freedoms, and they sure as hell don't care about what's right or what's wrong. They care about their way, and it's the only way they want things. And the thing is, those people have always existed, but never before have so many of those people been exactly where they needed to be to get exactly what they want. So yes, this is a scary time. It's not enough that people have recession fears and have to worry about their finances. You got to worry about all this geopolitical crap.
Yeah,
well, you got decades. It's been for hundreds of years. These people have been trying to get back to what they lost back in the 1800s. This ain't just been decades of work. This has been a whole ass millennial of work that these people have finally gotten to the fruition of almost being back to where they were when they lost everything. And if you think I'm lying, just keep paying attention. They gon' hit the target they aiming for. They ain't even hit it yet. Y'all know that we don't have Miranda rights anymore. They took those too.
Yes, that was the mess that happened the day before Roe v. Wade. Where basically, cops don't have to Mirandize you anymore. It's just whatever.
Right.
Like,
it's
really?
bad enough. I mean, it's bad enough that the cops can kill us and get off. I mean, literally kill us dead on tape and get off. Now they don't even have to read you the rights. I mean, shit. They might as well just say, just go ahead and line up. We'll pick you off one at a time.
Yeah.
It's a mess. And it's progressively getting worse and worse and worse. And this being
so the Supreme Court took away the Miranda rights.
Yeah.
They basically said that the cops don't have to.
They don't have to
read you the Miranda rights. Like they don't have to. So basically, if they don't have to, they ain't.
The three coonies that Trump put in.
They ain't. Who does?
The three coonies that Trump put in decided, we're gonna just start striking stuff.
I mean, because the whole problem with the Miranda rights is that people are not allowed to make the assumption that a person who is being arrested knows their Miranda rights. Previously, they were required to give them that information at the time that they were arrested, because otherwise anything that was said by them at that time is not admissible in court. That means that prosecutors cannot use it against you. Your whole case can get thrown out if it turns out that you were not Mirandized and they used anything that was said at the time of your arrest to build their case. But now, by basically just limiting the ability to enforce that means that it's really going to be up to each person individually to sue or to basically try to push to get evidence that should not have been admissible if they were not Mirandized excluded from their case, instead of it being an automatic fail. No, you did not Mirandize this person. They were not told of their rights, so you cannot use that as evidence against them.
Because basically, to me, it looks like rights is going to be a thing of the damn past.
So
that rights is something that basically one by one they want to pick away and take away. And I don't know who all in this room, but to be honest with you, it's a race thing. They don't really care.
It is blatantly.
It's all race. They literally, when I heard on Twitter yesterday at the Trump rally, the lady talking about
that crazy
great day for white life.
She said it exactly. And then this crap about a white life. And then this crap that they were saying about, oh no, that was a misspoken. No, honey, you didn't misspeak. You ain't misspeak.
Right, because everybody stood up and gave him a standing ovation for her great day for white life.
And you
Black
got
life, basically Black life is like, we don't give a damn.
Now you got a new Hispanic in Congress now talk about some. Oh, Roe v. Wade is gone now. I'm just like, where did you come from, ma'am?
Well, here is the thing about the whole white life thing. White women have more access to abortion facilities than women of color do. They have the money for it. And so their numbers are dwindling because they are having abortions, and they are also now dating outside of their race and making little non-white babies. So falling, and everybody else's numbers are going up. They ain't gonna care about people of color not being able to get abortions, because fuck it, Black women usually die in labor anyway. You're gonna miscarry. They figure that just natural nature will take care of us, plus the doctors that don't care about women of color will let you down the table. So they ain't got to worry about us having abortions. We wouldn't really affording them no way. But they trying to protect the white race because their numbers are going down. They are set to be the minority by 2050. And look how close we are to 2050.
But they gonna be the minority, period. That's the way they was made. Their DNA is made in such a way that when you mix it with other races, the other race takes over. So we can't help that they just got weak ass damn genes and shit.
Girl, I know how science works. I get that. They don't get that, and that's why
they don't understand it.
To protect fetuses, not even fetuses, zygotes. They are protecting zygotes.
They want to protect the sperm that's going up the fallopian tube to connect to the ovaries that has the egg. They got rights. But they don't want to sit up here and make it against the law for these men to jag off in towels and in socks and shit.
Right.
That shit bugs the hell out of me. Like, right. I don't understand.
All the onus is on the woman. And the part that will forever crack me up about all of this for the rest of my life is the fact that they think that that's perfectly fine. I mean, like case in point, I actually live in a state where it's banned. Flat out. It's done. We have a Democrat-like governor, the only kind you can get this far in the South. So it's done. Now, granted, there's like a court case where it kind of pauses the ban because people are already filing lawsuits about this crap. And here's the thing. I really wish people would go ahead and actually read the laws that get passed, because what people really don't understand is that the people who write and make these laws don't know a damn thing about conception or about medicine, about female
They don't know
biology,
shit about medicine.
anything.
That's
They
what
don't know
gets me.
anything.
That's
They
what
know
gets
nothing.
me, and
And
that's what
that's
anchors me. That this is not this is a medical damn concern. The women will die. Period. Hands down. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Women
Yes, they will.
die. Women will die trying to get illegal abortions. Women will die because they miscarriage won't complete. Women will die if they have a septic pregnancy. I mean, women just will die. They don't seem to give a
They
damn
No, they
don't.
don't.
about the women that'll die.
They
I
don't
mean,
care.
when the woman
They
dies, the baby die
really
with
don't
it.
care.
They
The
don't.
baby die with it.
They
don't
really
care.
don't care. The part that's hilarious is in my state, and this is actually in something that actually was signed into law. They basically say that the concept of creation for a baby occurs at two times, at fertilization and implantation. How is that even possible? Fertilization and implantation are two completely different things. So you can't say that it's a viable.
It doesn't even happen in 24 hours.
No, it doesn't. Fertilization happens in the fallopian tubes, and implantation is when when it actually implants in the uterus. Those are two completely different things. That's what I mean when I say people really need to be worrying about the CVs of the people they're electing to represent them on the local level, because this is all local. This isn't even Roe v. Wade. This is about the idiots that they elected to the state legislature who vote for this crap. It's like, let me get this straight. Y'all couldn't even show nobody a diagram of a female anatomy and explain that.
I got a question. So, what's gonna happen? I already know the answer. What's gonna happen to the women that take these Plan B pills? They said it's two different types. There's ones that are taking these Plan B pills as birth control, and then there's one that's taking these Plan B pills for emergency purposes. They do not work all the time, because I know I got a couple of friends right now walking around with Plan B babies.
Yeah, because Plan B is less effective if you weigh over 155 pounds.
Hallelujah. Yeah, thank
that's
you.
A fact.
And so, but they can also cause pregnancy issues. You can have birth defects. You could do a lot of stuff can happen. So if those situations occur, they normally would tell the person they have to have a DNC or something. Do you not? So that's basically what they're taking away. They're gonna have to try to bring that pregnancy to full term. That could also poison the mother and kill her.
Yep. You know why?
That is so fucked up.
Because if you didn't want to have a baby, then you wouldn't have had sex and got pregnant. But you take away birth control and condoms. So what we really talking about now?
Enforced pregnancy, because we need a domestic supply of babies, as they put in writing.
Yep. This is all.
And domestic means white. Domestic means
exactly.
White.
Yeah.
And don't even
and that's sad, because that's terrible. That's just writing death sentences.
That's exactly what it is. And we'll see what's going to be even worse as hell. Even in my state, where they have an exception, guess what? You got to get 2 doctors to sign off on that. 2 doctors to sign off on it to prove that the mother's life is at risk and that it's a non-viable pregnancy before a doctor can legally perform an abortion. And then the worst,
before they even get you to the damn doctor. And then on top of that, we have criminal penalties for doctors who perform abortions. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say it just like my old supervisor Shannon used to say, because she was a lawyer. She used to say, "Let me tell you something. When you have to spend as much money and time to get your credentials as it does to become a doctor or a lawyer, you're not going to do anything to jeopardize that. You work too hard, you spend too much money, and it takes too much time. Ain't nothing in this world is going to pry my license to practice law out of my hands until I'm dead." And she's like, and doctors feel the same exact way. Those doctors are not going to give up their ability to practice medicine. If they're put into a corner, you're telling them you either need to save somebody's life, or you need to possibly get a $10,000 fine and a couple of years in jail.
who the hell? What for my job? Even if I think my job is to save lives, who the hell's going to do? How you gonna put somebody in that kind of position? That's gonna end up with somebody being dead.
Now you got doctors breaking the oath because it said first do no harm, and you.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Exactly.
But that's just the oath that was made up by some people, so they can change that if they want to now. That's the point. Ain't nothing sticking no more.
Exactly.
So
right, so slipping away.
We done got back to the age where they're going to be starting to do experiments on hysterical women again. Basically.
Almost.
Yeah, they pretty much going there. I mean, it's the Handmaid's Tale all over again. I mean, literally.
All I know is this much. This shit about how the Constitution as written, I don't want to hear about it because the Constitution as written doesn't account for the majority of the people who make up this country. Women didn't have no damn rights, but people of color didn't have any rights. They were 3/4 of a person. So anybody in the law quoting the Constitution like the Constitution as originally minted has to still be abided by in 2022 can kiss both sides of my ass. I'm sorry.
Right. And they call themselves constitutionalists, but basically what they are segregationists.
That's true.
Pretty
Y'all,
much.
I hate to bust up the party, but I think we need to get back on track with the show.
Yes. We need to get back to soaps. So now one thing that I did find interesting that I'm not quite sure if it's going to actually go anywhere is the fact that, okay, y'all saw, well, I know you didn't, Sam, because you haven't seen it yet, but that conversation between Katie and Ridge, where
the Kiki session.
Yeah, that Kiki session, where basically Katie, hit that something was bothering Ridge, not like he was being discreet. I mean, come on. And he finally went ahead and said, well, yeah, he ain't in love with that girl. He in love with Queen, etc., etc. So we saw from the promo that Ridge is still going to go to the wedding. So my question is this: now that Katie apparently knows, what's what, and I'm assuming, of course, the word about Eric and Donna is going to spread pretty quick. I'm assuming, Katie's not going to go to the wedding, though I wish she would, just because, I need them to resolve this shit with Beatty, period. I'm tired.
No, they can't, because Katie can't go to the wedding, because every time Katie go, Katie has got a history of busting up Donna's wedding, so she cannot go. Katie is the reason that Katie is the reason that fucking Donna and Eric are together anyway, because she went to Bikini and busted up Thorne and Donna's wedding, and Stephanie sat there and gloated and rubbed it in Donna's face that her own sister came and busted her up for being a liar, because she was marrying Thorne to get back at Stephanie, and Stephanie rubbed in her face. And so Donna said, I'll show you. And that's when she started going after Eric, because Katie busted up her wedding to Thorne. So no, Katie can't come to no more damn weddings.
No, she might fake another heart attack and fall on the damn floor at the altar.
Thank you. She had a heart attack at Brooke's wedding to keep Brooke from Katie.
Low-key Katie get jealous.
Did she pass out at Bridget and Nick's wedding too?
Yeah.
Did she pull some shit that they went that Katie? Yeah. No. Katie don't need
she got. And did you see the little jealous streak she showed when she found out he was marrying Aaron?
Yep. I made a comment about that.
She was looking like, it's time for me to fall out of the altar or something.
Well, because she was feeling that Carter and them having these little intimate lunches at Il Giardino and stuff, and then it just didn't go nowhere.
I'm trying.
She had her chance. She didn't go for it.
I'm trying to figure out why she reading Quinn. Ma'am, you had faked heart attack so many times. People getting tired of you.
She ought to be driving Quinn to this wedding.
She's sitting in front of Ridge trying to read Quinn. I'm just like, ma'am, didn't you almost lose your husband to Steffi? Over there talking about, oh my God, please don't leave me. Girl, sit down. Take a seat.
I I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, Katie don't. I'm with you, Bubba. She don't need to go to nobody wedding, especially this one, because she gonna have a fit. You know, when she get jealous, when ain't nobody worried about her, because she can't have Bill, because Bill too busy worried about her sister. So her next in line was probably trying to team up and get with Carter.
Wait a minute, didn't she lose her house because don't she got a house next to Eric?
Yeah, she did. She bought the house next door.
Like, why are you still at Brooke's house? Go home. Please go home. Please go home. You want to be all up in everybody else's business. How about, ma'am? How about we tell your business? You still worried about a man that's supposed to be worried about you, but you thinking he worried about your sister. He worried about both of y'all, actually.
I think that this bill being in the right place at the right time is going to be more about tabloid gossip than about him putting it in the queen's ear that she needs to get half of Eric's stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you mean to say you think that he gonna take what he had this wedding and splash it all over Spencer publication?
I will hope so.
If Bill Smith is selling magazines, that's what you do.
Cause Eric don't need to walk away in a happily ever after. As far as I'm concerned, he needs some fall back, because first of all, if it can happen to Quinn, it sure needs to happen to him. Everybody else fuck around, get on the front page.
Right. So why come Donna get to sleep around with Eric 2 times when he married, and she don't have no backlash coming to her? I'm gonna need for her to pay too. Donna. I mean, why is she, getting to just, oh, but I love him so much, so you cheating, you sleeping with another woman's husband, but because you love him. But I need her to pay. I just am not happy with this at all.
They fluff it up and try to call it, fairy tales and love and destiny and shit. And all it is just some hardcore old-fashioned hoism.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, Quinn sitting there talking about some Eric. You want to go to lunch with me? He looking at her like, no, I gotta go. And then she told us, so you could teach me pickleball. Ma'am, you'll find out what that's gonna be in a second.
I laughed when she said that shit.
And if he put him on the front page like he did, like they did last time with him standing on that damn ledge, I need Eric to go ahead and forfeit all rights of forced the creation under the moral law.
Right.
The moral code of the company.
We need something to happen. We need Eric to be we need Eric to pay for him sleeping with Donna. I don't want him and Donna to ride off in the sun.
I need there to be some sort of you're right. I need there to be some sort of consequence for this. And by consequence, I don't mean Eric being stuck with Donna for the rest of his life, because who gives a damn about that?
Wow. Yeah, I need some embarrassment done to him, because he swore up and down. He swore up and down that this is supposed to be some easy peasy, get out of jail free shit. No, bruh, no.
Exactly. If there's not financial, I mean, we can't even get public humiliation. That seems like the least that we should be able to get out of this deal. After having to look at this crap for months, of Donna and him dribbling honey all over each other like some salivating idiots.
I can see the headline now. Eric Foster's Honeygate, starring Donna Logan.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, how did I get on the front page? Who owns the page? Who owns the company? Bill.
And I got a question. Does anybody know how far the country club is from? Is it from the Il Giardino's?
It must not have been that far, because
is it right along the beach?
She taking a bite.
Up the beach, I guess, yeah.
Can't be if she taking a bike. She can't be that far, and she actually manages to freaking get there. Which I'm still, but like I said, I'm still rolling my eyes at this Il Giardino mess, because the wedding sound like it's gonna be dinner theater.
Child, he talking about some what kind of drinks I want. Here go Quinn. I'm Mrs. Eric Foster.
I have my popcorn watching.
Quinn was like, "Wait, my husband is here." I was like, "Uh oh, see, there we go."
That dude ran to go get them drinks, and then he didn't come back with them. Did he? Did he ever come?
He came back. That's how he found out he was in Bungalow 24. Talking about Mr. Forster has been up in Bungalow 24 shacking up.
He spilled all the tea, man.
He was giving all the things. He was tired. He was tired. They wouldn't cover him for his break. He was ready to go on lunch. These hoes coming here asking all these questions about this man. They got all this money. He's just like, I'm tired. I'm done. Here. There you go.
I know he probably said in the back of his mind, oh, his wife here. Let me just tell her the truth now. Why he...
Do you know my husband, Eric Forrester, bro, was like, know him. I'm the one who be bringing strawberries up to his room, and I done seen who he with, and it sure in the hell ain't you. I'd have snitched too.
Eric couldn't tip him enough.
Clearly.
That's exactly how it was.
All you heard was outside the door. Eric was like, uh-oh, see?
Nothing. She called out for his old dusty ass. She sure did.
Because I guess and that's the other part that I guess was kind of getting to me today, is that here's the thing. I have never considered Quinn a stupid woman by any stretch of the imagination. So, because I don't consider her stupid, I found that entire little play out very insulting. That, okay, your husband's in a bungalow.
Me too.
All right? Yep. He in a bungalow. You open up the door. You hit the lights. He in the bed. Girl, come on now. Put 2 and 2 together. This was not a hard situation to read. I could have read it with my eyes closed. But
Quinn didn't just open the door. She went in. She walked up a little bit, saw Dawn. I was like, "Well, if you don't take off your shoes and go after her,
that ain't happening, unfortunately." I know. We are not going to get the ass whooping that Donna has. Donna's not going to get the ass whooping she got coming. And then you got poor Bridget hanging in the background like, I'm all up in the middle of this business I don't want to be in.
Bridget don't pull the Taylor. You know how Taylor was turning around in the background? That's exactly how Bridget was doing. It's like, I'm not here. I don't see nothing.
She was like, oh, this is trifling, and I'm trying not to look. Oh goodness. Oh no, just no. Like,
But her sister slash should be daughter knows.
But you know what's gonna be very interesting? It's gonna be once they get out of that little bubble, that cocoon of these hotel rooms, and living the life in broad daylight in public opinion, we gonna see how it really fares out, because it's not gonna last. It never does.
Well, see, that's the thing. When we say public opinion, there are 2 types of public opinion. It's why if I can't get any kind of, Quinn taking a chunk out of Eric's assets, or her at least slapping the both of them upside their head at least twice, then at the very least, then yes, they ain't letting Bill do shit right now anyway. Let him splash this across the aisle on fashion front page and make a scene of it at the very least.
So what they gonna have Liam write it? Because that's all. Because he ain't just been doing his job for the last couple
years. He might as well. He ain't doing nothing else.
Oh please, they might as well get the interns to do that.
My babysitter has been sleeping with my with my ex-father's grandfather-in-law.
Exactly. I mean, because the thing is, we already know all the Logans in the family are gonna co-sign this bullshit. And then if they co-sign it, then all the men they screwing with is gonna co-sign it. So who's left? That's just how that go. Because the Logans do all the thinking for the couple. Whatever man is attached to them, the man is gonna think what they think. So internally, as far as Eric facing any kind of judgment from the people in his life, he will not face any kind of judgment whatsoever.
Well, he might find something with Steffi.
Yeah, that's really what I'm gonna say. Steffi is like the last one to find out probably about this, and I think she may have a big problem with it, because that's gonna jeopardize a lot to do with forced recreation.
But that's only if they go the route of letting Quinn actually pursue that. That's very much in question now with the way that they're trying to treat this nasty little tartar ass affair.
What the hell are you doing with Donna? You're supposed to be married to Quinn.
Then on top of that, Steffi's in Europe, and she's, still going through her grief over losing Finn. So she got a whole bunch of other stuff on her plate other than worrying about who her granddad is sticking his Petey bird in.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be coming back soon, because
she is. Back. She is.
In the meantime, in between time, it's gonna be some fallout behind it.
I wish there was. I've completely removed all my expectations for any kind of fallout that's realistic. Oh, and did y'all see that post from Krista where it appears that Princess Kelly has once again been aged up and recast?
I told y'all yesterday. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I say Bubbles and Reginald? I said next week she's gonna be 16. Yep. I told y'all.
They got Kelly with a new hairdo too.
But the little girl that's playing her, she's not that much older, because if you watch The Resident, it's the little girl who plays Gigi on The Resident.
Yeah, she looked like she may be about 9 or 10, but at the same time,
she's not that old.
She looked like she about 9 or 10 in that chair.
That little girl, I watched The Resident. Gigi ain't but 7 or 8.
Stephon says she is about 6. Yeah, I don't know. But she looked like she's about 9 or 10 in that chair. But nonetheless, what happened with Sophia? What happened to Liam twin?
I think maybe she just didn't work out, possibly. For them to go get Gigi, like, I'm looking over here to see if that little girl has gotten let go from The Resident, because I think they might be getting ready to do another time hop on this show for whatever reason. But what is her name?
Remington Evans.
That's right, Remington Blair Evans. That's her name, and she's on The Resident. She's been on that show for 2 years playing that little girl. And maybe they wanted somebody who could hold more lines, because she seems to do a lot on The Resident. She's cute as all can get out. She don't look like Liam though. I was hoping maybe she would be Beth, but she said that she's the new Kelly Spencer. So I guess Krista is spoiling things, because
Kelly Foster actually.
Yeah, that hasn't been anywhere that there's going to be a new Kelly.
Exactly, and if that happened today, then I guess we'll be seeing this in about 5 weeks, or rather a bit longer, because we still have hiatus to go over.
Stephon said she is 5 years old. She's a grown 5. In that video, she doesn't carry herself like a 5-year-old. She's very mature for a 5-year-old.
That's probably why they hired her. If you ever watch the show, that little girl is, she's handling big things over there on her show. Her mama dead on The Resident. Yeah, she handling big things for a 5-year-old.
That's awesome. Maybe they are trying to have Kelly age with a different little girl who carry lines, like you said, because maybe this child can carry a lot more, because Sophia, she's like the typical 5-year-old to me. It seems like
you only see Beth in the blue moon.
We ain't seen Beth in about a year or so. So
once in the blue moon.
And I do agree that they most likely are probably trying to put an age difference between Beth and Kelly that's not really supposed to be there. But I mean, something to make Liam look like less of a piece of shit for having ghetto twins.
Impossible.
What did the Steffi doctor say?
Oh, when Robin Givens, to this day, I will never forget the look on Robin Givens' face when Liam showed up at the doctor's office with Hope. And first of all, that's my first thing. I'm like, bro, you is not gonna tell me they don't have a whole bunch of OBs.
That's what I said. The whole
you had to. You actually, and you don't remember the name of the OB who delivered your baby?
Yeah.
So you got and now you going to the same OB in the same calendar year with another one, bro. You wasn't even trying.
Nope. That's the same thing I said, darling. I'm like, out of all of Cedar Mount Sinai, this is the only one. And first of all, Steffi was high risk. I don't recall Miss Ho being considered high risk. So why were they even sharing the same gynae?
Probably because I have no idea. But it's the same reason it's the same reason why we cannot explain why the hell they were sharing Amelia for so long. I never understood that. I'm like, dang, you're not gonna tell me y'all got a nanny shortage in LA.
Seriously. Yeah.
So why y'all using not the same service, the same person? Okay, y'all, it's weird. I guess it's because Bo. I'm gonna just put that down on Bo being cheap.
Because she walked in, she was like, "Hi, Mrs. Spencer. Are you ready?" And he's like, "Yeah, meet my husband." She looked at him like, "Are you serious?"
Like
they had a totally different nanny. Catherine
they need to stop
was
doing
Thomas, Steffi, and Phoebe nanny. She didn't nanny for Brooke kids.
No, they
Catherine
didn't.
was
So it
not
was
they
their
need to
weird.
stop
nanny.
trying to make Liam look better. They need to stop doing that because the more they do it, the more I hate him. They need to really stop doing that. He's trash. He's been trash for decades. They need to go ahead and lean into it. He's trash. Let Steffi hate him. Let Kelly hate him.
He said,
And they
No,
need to
they.
stop trying to clean it up and just let that just be what it is.
Unfortunately, Belle loves Liam.
Yeah, but everybody
He
else
does.
don't have to love him. I mean, that's what I mean by soap operas. It's supposed to be dramatic. I mean, this guy is trashy. He just year after year never gets dragged for the shit he do. I mean, it's really frustrating. I'm very frustrated with it. And the more they try to make him look better, the angrier I get about it. I mean, he's trash. He
but
got
that's
another
the
woman
thing.
pregnant when he had a wife pregnant.
Exactly.
It don't get no much trashier than that. I mean,
And
there's no
yet,
cleaning up this garbage can.
of course, but of course, you know what they're doing. They're trying to realign the history to try to make it look less trashy. It's why
But
I
he's
don't miss
trash.
Liam. It's why I don't miss Liam when he's not on. I'd be like,
Exactly.
oh, good, he's not here. And the worst part is that I love Scott Clifton as an actor.
Are
He's
you talking to
truly
me?
gifted. He's
Yeah.
truly gifted,
Honey,
which
you
is
can hear my
why,
phone?
Yes.
them making Liam such
You
a
can hear me.
POS.
Yes, we
So
can
I
hear
can't
you.
talk
Yeah,
from the back
Sam, we
seat.
can hear you. Oh no, I think she's talking to somebody else. Oh, so which makes it even worse because Scott Clifton's a good actor.
Yes,
Okay,
and
give him
they have
somebody.
underutilized him.
Y'all remember on Father's Day when Bold Account posted that pic of the Spencers of Bill, Wyatt, and Liam?
So me understand that we can't talk on the phone.
At the time.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Sam going off.
Y'all know I be doing 6 things at one time when y'all be talking. What happened?
I can hear that engine so loud I can barely hear the phone.
Sam going off.
All the way
No,
back
let
there.
me where
Over
we
that
could
engine.
be
I just find it very strange that, riding the
I'm gonna let her have that moment
Yeah,
where
let her. Yeah, let her have. And let her handle.
Like, Sam like.
okay. Y'all just let her know the comments. We put her on the mute because Bubbles felt like Hope sitting in the office watching Grace and Paris.
But that's how life be. You literally walk into stuff. That's just how it is. It happens on soaps more than it does in real life, but it happens.
She didn't just walk into it. She was just like, "Why are y'all here? What is going on?"
Well, I mean, from one perspective, Grace is just there to see Paris, so she ain't an employee or nothing. Okay, she's just there to visit. That's fine. That's whatever. But Paris wasn't there to do no work. She was there to keek about her damn engagement. And it's like, y'all could have went to the Sky Lounge or the cafeteria or something to and had this argument. Remember when people used to go have arguments on the roof?
Yeah.
Back in the day on the show.
We just got them back to working out on the roof, so the baby steps. Maybe the next argument will be on the roof because we have to be reminded that people work out on the Sky Lounge. Now we know that that's there. They reminded us here's a Sky Lounge where people used to come and work out with the shirts off, but they're not gonna do that no more. So next time they'll be up there on the Sky Lounge arguing because Grace is gonna be asking Paris how could she go through with Marion Carter when that woman showed up to ruin your wedding. I think this wedding is still gonna happen.
If it does, I'm gonna be like, what? Because there is a spoiler out that doesn't really make sense. It said, and it doesn't. They're trying to preserve the mystery for us for the most part to make us watch because everybody's trying to figure out if this crap actually does go ahead and go through. And so the last spoiler that they had that was relevant to this part of the story, because then after this they switch full track to whatever's going on with Sheila and Lee and Steffi, etc., etc. The last spoiler specifically said that Quinn, Carter, and Paris. What was it? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it says Quinn, Carter, and Paris have an unexpected ending to an emotional day, and that was supposed to be on the 30th. But if we getting everything bumped by a day, that's probably not going to be till Friday. So that means, and then the next day on the 1st, on the 4th, I'm assuming that we don't have any preemptions for the 4th of July. That's when we'll get the story fully shifted back over to Sin and Lee, Sin and Sheila and Finn, etc., etc. So they're not trying to tell us how this ends. I mean, they already showed us the promo showing that she shows up before the I do's are done, and Carter standing up there with that damn Kool-Aid smile on his face, because Paris got good time going if she go through with this. She really do.
I'm telling you, he is not gonna leave that little girl looking stupid in the face. They gonna stop the wedding, but the unexpected thing is he's gonna go through with it. Because if she gets there in time and she stops the wedding, honestly, anybody who has been rooting for Quarter is not going to expect him to go on and marry Paris, knowing that Quinn is done with Eric. She just caught her man over here in the bed with Donna. They finished. You just said you will always love me. I told you I love you. I'm standing here because I love you. We can be together now. There's nothing stopping us from being together now. Well, I mean, I got to make this commitment to Paris because that's what I said I was going to do. I'm telling you, his ass done lost his mind. He's going to go ahead and push through. Grace is comforting Paris, yes, but that's why that's during the whole time where the Carter and pull Quinn to the side to explain to her that she's too late and he gonna go ahead and marry Paris because look at everybody's here. I can't, I'm not gonna back out on this. I'm not gonna back out on Paris. That would be cruel. Watch.
That's the thing is that yeah, she does, because the thing is that she's not wrong. It would be cruel because he's the one who pushed it to go like this. They could still be engaged right now. They getting married today because of Carter, not nobody else.
Right.
He could have left her alone and bum rush her in that office, laying that kiss on her, love bombed her, and just let things flow naturally.
But he couldn't allow for that. So now that he's brought, not only has he rushed her into a wedding, and he set up, she ain't even have nothing to do with the setting up of the planning of her own wedding. What kind of mess is that?
What kind of mess was that?
Then also there's also another point on this is that if he does ditch Paris at the altar to go be with Quinn, that will completely humiliate that woman pretty much in front of everybody in LA that knows the both of them.
Right.
Well, she deserves it. She shouldn't have went out there, man, that didn't want her.
Well, that's my thing. I'm not really sympathetic to Paris a lot because she's ignoring every red flag in the world. But the problem is that the onus on that is going to be on Carter, not on her. He's the one humiliating her because he's the one who set up this entire thing. He is the driving force behind them getting married at the damn Olive Garden.
The only thing she got to pick was her dress.
I stole that from somebody. Somebody said that on Twitter, saying they get married at the Olive Garden. Basically,
that looked more like an outdoor carryout.
So it's like, so the thing is, and then there's also the fact that Carter has to deal with how this will reflect on him. Because let's be honest, Carter's reputation isn't what it used to be, is it?
Nope, it's dwindling by the day.
Exactly. So now he done made this big stinking production. He done asked Paris to marry him. He done made this big to-do about them getting married ASAP, crack snap right now. They done invited all of these people and want them to come and be happy for them. And you got people out there like, I don't even know. I really want to see the look on Bill Spencer's face because I really expect him to sit there saying, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here in the first place, but I really must not have no social life that I showed up for this shit. But
He agreed with his daughter-in-law to go.
Exactly. So that's my thing. So this is Carter's reputation has taken some serious hits. First, he was sleeping with the boss's wife. Then he was sleeping with the boss's wife again, a bite with his permission in that nasty little filthy Mandingo situation that they had Eric set up with his trifling self. Okay. Then you had this whole back and forth thing with him. And when after that happened, then he ended up getting entangled with Paris, which everybody is finding out about them having an entanglement at the same time that they're supposed to get married. Then you're gonna have him leave her at the altar. I mean, that don't just sound bad, that look bad. That's bad in every which way you could possibly switch it.
I told her this is a low wedding. This is basically a low wedding.
Yeah, but the only difference is I think Bubbles is right. I think there is a real shot that even though Quinn gets there before the I do's, that this wedding ends up continuing. I really think that she's correct about that.
I want to see Quinn gonna pedal on that bike. I want to know where she gonna get that bike from.
She probably she at the beach club, so
she probably gonna get it from an old boy that just told about Bungalow 24.
Probably. I mean, if it looked like the beach club, probably like by the boardwalk or something, so people would probably be riding or rollerblading up and down that pathway. So she's probably gonna hop on there and figure it's the quickest way to get there. But I think Bubbles is right. I think there's a real chance, because here's the thing: what's the repercussion if Carter does not leave with Quinn and he marries Paris? The only person who leaving that room with a broken heart on the surface is Quinn. So her marriage is over, and the man that she knows that she loves is now a married man and belongs to somebody else. But now that
remember, the spoiler says she loses both of her true loves.
Right. And now Paris and Carter are married, but their marriage is already doomed. We know that. It's not gonna last.
They literally hosted a wedding next to a homicide. You know what?
Well, that's a whole nother issue. I mean, I don't know if I would want my wedding to be at a place where two people I actually knew got shot in the back alley. I kind of feel like that was bad karma or something that might come and visit me. Like, yeah, you know how they say you don't want to put no bad luck on people on their wedding day. Well, I can't think of too much luck that's worse than two people getting shot in the back alley. I swear. But that's Carter's fault for wanting this to be done so fast.
So where's Deacon at doing all this? Because he still work there. Is he gonna be waiting tables?
It's his off day.
I said Deacon was supposed to DJ. I mean, I'm assuming
that y'all know he was the ring bearer.
See.
You got Ridge being the best man.
See. Well, that tracks. At least Ridge and Carter are kind of friends still, so.
Paris ain't got nobody stand up for her. Unless you're gonna ask Hope.
She got
my mama can't wait to say I object.
Her mama ain't gonna
can't
say
wait. She can't wait to say I object.
She gonna sit up and say, I object to this. I don't want my daughter marrying this man. Mama, can you just sit down and be happy for me? No, I done told you. He don't want to marry you.
She ain't gonna object because Queen gonna be the one objecting. Paris gonna tell her mama before that wedding, don't you even fix your face to tell your mouth to say nothing when this man, if anybody objects, if you don't want to lose me, because I will bounce out your life. I'm fixing to marry this man, and that's just it. If you don't like it, guess what? Don't come to the wedding. But if you come to my wedding, you better not come to my wedding saying shit but congratulations.
She couldn't even call her own sister to come to the wedding.
Well, Zoe's an international model now, and she wouldn't be able to get back home in less than 24 hours for this wedding.
Not to mention, somebody made a damn good point too. They said, but this mess is happening so fast. It's like, so Paris ain't gonna explain nothing to her damn sister, is she?
Explain. You move your feet, you lose your seat. What's she gonna explain? What's she gonna explain?
Question.
You move your feet, you lose your seat.
Carter should be calling overseas to Zoe to ask, what kind of dirt you got on your sister before I marry this woman?
Oh, that would be too much like common sense.
Okay.
He
ain't
gonna
do that
like that.
And Carla ain't been the smartest man for a minute, so.
No, he hasn't, and that's the thing. And I'll be honest, it really makes me worried about Finn's long-term future on this show, because remember, once upon a time, Carter was like the perfect guy who could never get no play, and then as soon as they let him get some play, they turned him stupid. They threw his morals out the window, and they made him an idiot.
Dumb as all get out.
They turned Finn stupid when he tried to turn against his wife. Talking about, so I want to get to my mother. I don't think he want to do that now.
Well, that was a little different because Sheila was an unknown quantity to him. Okay, so all he had was, okay, you and my your family, and apparently my biological mama got some beef. The way I was kind of glad when they took the focus off of Sin for a minute, because I did not like how they were handling that at the beginning, because they weren't actually letting them communicate with each other about a damn thing.
Yeah.
And that was just
going around slapping folks.
Which I enjoyed, by the way. I really did enjoy that.
She just going around slapping the hell out of Sheila.
I mean, Steffi is like her grandmother in that way.
That's the thing. When Steffi slapped her, her face didn't even move. I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh no, her hair moved.
Crazy is this?
She definitely slung her hair, because I remember that, especially that second one when she was at the house.
And
she came in and called. And she caught that villain holding that baby. No, she slapped her. She slapped her good. That was the Stephanie Douglas slap there.
Taylor talk about let's bring Sheila over here so she can see her grandson and her son. Stephanie on in the corner like, let me go find my gun real quick just in case you want to try something.
We'll file that one under famous last words, because unfortunately we all know exactly where the hell that led to this madness. So I guess part of it is that, and it's not just Carter who got that treatment. They did the same thing to Wyatt too. For years, Wyatt was, the decent Spencer male, the one who wasn't a complete POS.
The annoying one.
The annoying one, but one, he disliked Liam, so he was already on the right track for me. Because hey, anybody who disliked him, I'm like, all right, you already halfway there to having better sense than half the people on the show. And he had issues with his paw, and I was like, okay. And then he kept getting the short end of the stick with every freaking woman he even looked at, because he kept always falling for women who had already been in love with his brother. And then they just turned him into a POS over this mess with felony. And now he's just POS Spencer.
It's how they introduced him. They introduced him as a negative character for who? She gonna walk down. I'm just like, oh Lord, here we go.
Well, that's the thing. One of the biggest problems with that particular pairing, with Lope on Bold and the Beautiful, is that they have never had a game plan to functionally split them up and pair them with completely different people, because they're never going to let anything really be either one of their faults for why the relationship doesn't work, even though there's legitimate reasons for why it shouldn't work. So when Steffi left, when JMW left the show and they decided to introduce Wyatt's character, I was okay with that, because as far as I was concerned, Liam was a POS, and if anybody deserved to get dropped, it was him, just because he had spent the last 5 or 6 years dropping women left and right, running back and forth, so he deserved to be dumped by somebody at least a couple of times.
Not to mention they brought in Ivy for Liam.
Yeah, and then they brought in Ivy, and then they kind of messed up her character, because they basically put her as a pseudo stand-in for Steffi. But then when we got Steffi back, they couldn't have two of the same character, and then they started making her act weird and strange and all of this other mess, and it was just, I miss Ivy.
Liam stalking Steffi.
They literally put in a placeholder for Jackie that bared resemblance to her.
Right. Oh, somebody named Caroline on YouTube popped in to say, in that picture where you see Grace comforting Paris Paris isn't wearing her wedding dress. She's wearing a t-shirt. So it looks like this happens after the wedding. Now, the question is, does it happen after the wedding in such a way that they have not gotten married?
Yes, exactly. She took off her wedding dress and she ready to go home.
See, that's the thing. I want to say, even if Bubbles is not 100% correct and they don't manage to get married, I honestly want to say, I think a couple comes to that venue and then Quinn comes to that venue, and I think 3 people end up leaving separately before it's all over with.
The only other surprise ending it could be for me is Paris saying that she don't want to marry Carter after all, and she's still in love with Zende. That's the only thing that could be surprising that would stop this wedding. But if Quinn is losing her 2 loves, what 2 loves is she losing? Eric and the jewelry business? And she's still gonna be with Carter? That's the price she got to pay for being with Carter's her jewelry business? Because I ain't that shit.
Oh no, no indeed.
But you know, those spoilers have been wrong lately.
Well,
they have been having a tendency to be a little off and misleading. So I ain't gonna say outright lying.
They better have Paris listen to some sad songs because she gonna be crying to mama after all this.
I mean, maybe the other option is I don't think she gonna say she in love with Zende, because first of all, that's just ridiculous. I mean, if Zende believe that, then you know what? He worse.
Hell, I was gonna say he might tell her let's get married. He might end up saying let's get married.
At best, I think it's gonna be kind of a crisscross where Quinn makes her declaration that she wants to be with Carter and that she wants to build a life with him. Carter may go ahead and shoot her down, but then say he's going to marry Paris. But then Paris says she's not going to marry him. And that would mean that the marriage doesn't take place. But when Quinn put herself out there, in front of everybody and made the offer to Carter, he shot her down. So he's not, if that's how it play out, he's not going to actually be able to turn around and say, well, Quinn, yeah, let's give it a shot. Well, no, you just said, let's not give it a shot. And she just shot you down. Now you want to come back to me?
Shit, Paris might pull a Hope. She has ruined my wedding day. I can't get married today because the only thing I'm going to think about is her running in here and ruining our wedding. We're going to have to do it another time. We're going to have to do it another day. There's no rush.
I'm still waiting for the boy to tell her that Quinn was the one who made the damn ring.
He over there having flashbacks of Quinn. He's putting it on her press finger.
I'm still waiting. Because I'm sorry. That basically meant your marriage was gonna be cursed from day one. He gave you a ring that a woman he really loves made.
And she didn't even give it to him.
He put it on her finger. He put it on Quinn's finger.
Right.
Like he was finna propose to her, and he woke up out of his dream and he snatched it off.
But the thing is, she didn't even give that ring to him. He just snatched it. I'm just like, sir.
First of all, she crazy as hell. I ain't finna accept no ring out of the palm of your hand. Excuse me, sir. That box was $1.50. Where's the box? It only costs $1.50.
I'd have asked point blank. Look, where we got this ring from? I feel like I need to get it insured. He can't say exactly, Miss Queen Lieber. He could have went to Jared's. He didn't even go to K Jeweler.
He didn't even go to Zales.
First of all, we got an in-house jeweler on site at work. He comes to you without a ring box. You know where he got it from, down the hall.
She was too mesmerized by the diamond in the middle.
Not to mention the fact that I would have asked that question because people get engagement rings insured in case something happens to them.
Yes, I did.
See, like what happened? Oh, where did this ring come from? Where did you get it? He didn't go to Tiffany's. He didn't go to Cartier's. I mean, he didn't go to Zales. He didn't go to Jerry.
They probably want to know all that.
Jacob, y'all.
They probably want to know all that.
He didn't do nothing but say, here's a ring, maybe. And she was so enamored by the ring. It's a beautiful ring, granted. But she was so enamored by this ring that she didn't even stop to ask him any of those pertinent questions. Mm-mm. Like she don't have no receipt. He could have stole that ring for all she knows.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that I'm kicked out about is, and I know, of course, that you know how the way that they cut promos, that it can be misleading, but yeah, no. When Quinn showed up running at the door, out of breath at the back at the entrance, ought to turn that way. And I'm sorry, he had a Kool-Aid smile on his face. Okay, it wasn't on his face because he was looking at Paris. It's because he saw her. I don't know how. I think if the marriage don't go through, I'm gonna put my marker down on Carter rejecting Quinn and then Paris rejecting Carter, and they all leave that mug single.
And then he gonna sit there like this again. Oh my God, I can't get this done. I need to get married. They couldn't marry me. Who do I get next?
Exactly. It's onto something though. Paris might be suffering from holitis, and
that's oh Lord,
and yes, that would really be unexpected. And for her to be like, "Well, no, our day today has been ruined."
Yeah, that's
a fresh start. You need to get out.
Trying to tell you that's what's gonna happen.
And we're gonna do it again.
If that mess happened, I'm gonna roll my damn eyes because first of all, there wasn't a whole hell of a lot to ruin because it was a 48-hour wedding that you didn't even plan, Missy. You basically just got told to do your hair and have your dress and where to show up. You didn't even have no input into your own freaking wedding.
Lynn had the same thing. He didn't have no input in his. Hope and her mama was playing the whole thing.
Her only job was to tell Zende. That's the only job she had for her whole entire wedding. To tell Zende and to show up.
Yep. She over there boasting around, forced creations. Oh, I'm getting married. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
I know it's bad luck to see you, but I couldn't resist. I wanted to say, girl, you should have followed the superstition.
She saw it 2 times.
Twice. Exactly. He told her you want a double dose of it, huh?
I'm like, girl, you ain't following none. You ain't following none.
Text him. You couldn't text him that information.
Right.
Exactly. Like, so your wedding is already a disaster before it even happens. But I digress.
Her 24-hour engagement was a disaster.
But that's my thing. If all of this blows up in her face, I'm going. Well, first of all, if considering what Grace has told her already, because she's sitting up here not using none of her common sense. Her mama has told her everything she really needs to hear as far as what she needs to be thinking about and what she needs to be considering. She's ignoring all those things and chasing after the fantasy of a future with Carter. But once a woman shows up at your wedding to stop it, to profess her undying love for your husband and your almost husband, and he's standing up there in front of your face hesitating, that should tell you that your mama was right.
Honey, y'all seen that video circling around? It went viral a couple years ago. This couple standing up at the altar, and then his baby mama come behind talking all that kind of trash, and her daughter said, "You get out of my mother's way." She thought a bouquet at the girl and everything. That's gonna be great.
This is why you need security at weddings. If you know you have problematic people in your life, you need to have security at your wedding.
Charlie said Red's gonna have security there.
You know what? That's what the hell he get for having it at the place where Steffi and Finn almost died at. I dumb son of a gun.
Like, he could have
told her to meet me downstairs in the steam room. We can get married in towels. He could have told her meet me anywhere but Il Giardino's. But that's the only place they can have a wedding at. Yeah, okay.
There's a reason people elope when they get married. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's if Carter really and truly wanted to lock Paris in, He never should have even said the word, let's have a wedding in LA. It's called we're going to elope. They could have
Vegas.
Vegas ain't nothing but a 2-hour drive.
Probably less.
You know what I'm saying? So he could have had that done, snapped, done, and signed the very same day he gave her the ring out of his pocket.
Exactly. But instead, they have this mess where they're having a wedding that's about to be go to you're damn right, Amaya, go to the courthouse. My thing is, of course, this flies in the face of reality because I don't even know how they got a marriage license that quick.
Yeah, even with him being a lawyer, like that stuff take a couple of days. They supposed to have a cooling period, a waiting
The rich with
period.
their magic.
Yeah, it's.
You sure he ain't already had it? He just had to put somebody's name on it.
We gotta be. You gotta go to the courthouse with IDs and stuff to get that.
Yeah, I mean, and here people go to Vital Records to get a marriage license. So yeah, so both people got to show up. You got to have the stuff to prove your identity. If either person has been divorced, they got to pop up with a copy of the divorce decree. You pay your money, and and I don't know about other places. We have a 24-hour waiting period here.
Yeah, we got one here too.
So
Maya said Carter already give out an illegal number, so he know. He know.
That's about right. That's no.
How many annulments have this man been giving out?
Oh yes, he does.
As many weddings has he done? They all in the same way, and not one of Carter's weddings has lasted.
Let's see. I want to say at least
I'll wait.
Four I can think off the top of my head. Steffi and Liam, Hope and Liam and Ivy. Yeah, Hope and Liam twice. Yeah, Liam and Ivy. And
didn't he marry Eric and Quinn?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did marry Eric and Quinn.
Wait.
That's the longest standing wedding he ever did that actually lasted for a while.
Hold on.
Yeah, he don't need to marry nobody ever again. He cursed.
Yeah, he cursed. That's why this time around, when Steffi married Finn, she got the bailiff from Judge Judy. She said, "Nah, Carter, I'm cool. I'm good. Thanks."
That's what I say. Carter, I think Carter has bad wedding juju or something. So, because the marriages that he put together don't hold. It's like they put together with duct tape.
Yeah, it's giving. I'll give it 6 months vibe. It's not giving happily ever after
2 days
vibe
maybe.
at all.
2 days.
But I think all three of those people are going to end up leaving that wedding. I can't even say it's a venue, that damn restaurant. Those three people going to end up leaving that place single as hell. Single as a shingle. I really do think so. I mean, well, because hold on.
Carter might try to pull the victim role. I can't do her like that. I promised her she don't want to get married today. She want to wait until tomorrow. I'm sorry, Quinn. I always love you, but I can't. I just can't.
The more I hear, I will always love you. I keep thinking Whitney Houston, please.
I show that gift every time.
Me and you did the same thing at the same time. People talk about something that y'all know y'all wrong. Hey, Whitney started it.
Facts.
I think I must have blacked out on the stat wedding. Miss Queen Libra said when they got married, their minister
trying
to steal from Liam.
That was Chaz Bono. That Mary Wyatt and Steffi on the beach. That was the same burglar that went in and tried to steal from them.
Talk about some. Oh, they might not be married for real. Oh, they married. Oh, they married for real.
Yeah, he got his paperwork was done on time.
He's a dumb burglar.
Emma was it Emmy? Cheryl Underwood and Dollar Bill made sure his licenses was all right. Because that's one of the things they had came up, said that his licenses may be invalid.
Yeah.
He kept telling Liam, respect their marriage. Liam talking about some, he stole my life. Thanks to his crackhead mother locking me up in a cabin. Sir, you forgot, you ain't tell Bill about you and her going at it, did you? But then he go, Wyatt, please don't put my mommy in jail. That's what your mother should have been. But she got out.
Well, Liam had feelings for Quinn at the end of the day, and that's really why he didn't press charges, because if he was as upset and shook as he said he was, the first place he would have went when Wyatt rescued him was straight to the damn pow. But he did. He went home and thought about it and labored over it. He let Quinn talk to him and apologize and talk about how much she fell in love with him and how they loved each other and it was magical. They probably have it again. He said that this is all of that. And
honey, when Quinn showed up to that house after Steffi bro Liam started telling him she wasn't leaving Wyatt. Oh my God, that was the best episode. Do y'all remember Liam looking at Quinn and throwing that glass like he was trying to strangle her? I love that episode.
Yeah, it was good.
It was so good.
It was good, honey. But I guess we're not gonna get it, but I needed Quinn to be batshit crazy when she found out, but everybody's gonna kumbaya and ride off into the sunset,
and that's all boring as hell. Don't nobody want that after all these months. Like Sam said, they gaslighting us, and then only to just it fizzle out. Like that's some straight crap.
Quinn has been saying these last couple of years she's been reformed after marrying Eric. But ma'am, it comes a time where you gotta go back to your old self again.
But she said being in love with Adam was the only reason why she was able to reform. So at the end of the day, it was because she said that to Eric the other day, and I was like, girl, no, hold on, back up. Because when you was going through all that shit with Liam, you said that's what helped to open your heart to being able to love Eric and knowing that you was worthy of being loved because of your experience with little Mr. I forgot who I was. It didn't have anything to do with Eric. You came to that epiphany before Eric. That epiphany is what helped you get Eric because you was willing to change for Liam. You said, well, hell, if I can change for Liam, I know I can change for Eric, and you did.
What did Caroline say?
Her.
What did Caroline say? How are we supposed to know? She was wearing all bright colors and all happy.
Yep, they sure did. They know it was like, ooh, no more black.
Liam hasn't slept with who is Wyatt?
Wyatt slept with Katie. Wyatt slept with Katie.
Yeah, that ain't Liam's mama.
No,
I'm talking about Will. That's Will mama.
Will mama.
I'm talking about Will mama.
Liam slept with Quinn and
Katie
and Wyatt slept with.
There's a third child. Okay, they both slept with their brother's mom. Wyatt slept with Will's mama, and Liam slept with Wyatt's mama. And Liam's mama dead, and ain't nobody got her but Bill, so I guess she's the blueprint. Oh.
And Bill slept with all of them.
And Bill slept with all of them.
He just didn't get Donna yet.
I'm sure if Kelly was alive, Will would sleep with Kelly.
It wasn't for lack of trying. Will can't sleep with Kelly. They cousins.
No. I'm talking about if Liam's mom was alive.
Oh, that Kelly. I forget. She was a Kelly too. Lord have mercy.
Oh Lord, don't say that too much, because then that sounds real nasty, real trash.
What he did it?
This is supposed to do with too much incest.
Why he decided to go sleep with Katie?
And
Liam, he didn't know who he was, so he just ended up sleeping with Quinn, but didn't realize it after Wyatt came to save him.
Yeah, he hated that he felt that way about Quinn too, because before then before he fell and hit his head and she kidnapped him, his disgust for her was astronomical. So he went from one end to the other end, and he couldn't like, how the hell? So he just left her alone. All
Yeah.
right, just stay in your lane. I'ma stay in mine. Don't no more cross contamination.
Liam makes me ill though, y'all. I don't even want to talk about him today.
They should have gave Quinn a pregnancy scare for Liam. That would have shook
100% agree.
that would have shook him.
I would have been down for that. Because if Brooke can get knocked up by Bill and lose his baby, I feel like Quinn isn't as old as Brooke. She should be able to get knocked up by somebody and have their baby too.
Well,
That would have been perfectly good timing.
I'm still waiting on Sheila to go see Brooke. Brooke walking up the steps, going to bed,
and caused that accident.
Yeah, Brooke. She can push Brooke down the stairs, and then she can come back with her leg in the cast, and that would explain why her leg is in the cast.
So when they gonna make Wyatt baby Beth's daddy? Because he the only Spencer that ain't got no kids running around.
Y'all, let's talk about the timing of that, because it was much too long between times for that baby to be anybody's but Liam's little floor made baby.
That's no. I reject, I rebuke, and I overrule. look. That child got on that plane coming back from Paris pregnant already. I'm trying to tell y'all, them soaps don't go day by day. Y'all know that. It take 3 weeks to tell 2 days. So she got on that plane pregnant from that boyfriend she had. And 9 times out of 10, I'm calling it. I bet you it was Oliver.
But look here though.
We don't talk about Oliver no more.
When did Hope come back from Italy? What month was it?
When did
He
Hope come
came back? Was it in January? It was January of 2018, I think.
Okay, so is she
Ask Maya. Maya, I'm sure she know.
That's what the Maya said. January 2018.
Yeah.
But she had Beth in 2019. Girl, your math ain't mathing. She would have had to been pregnant for a year.
That's what I'm saying. It don't take a whole no. That's what I'm saying. Y'all going off of our time year by year like that. Them whole days don't go like that on the soap. Y'all just seen it. Steffi was in the hospital how long on TV? But it was for 3 days. They tell a story of how they want to tell a story. And just like they haven't told how Beth is Liam, they just said that's host child. Yeah, okay. Who her daddy?
I didn't told y'all she might have been pregnant when she went to go see Liam, and she didn't know it yet.
She got pregnant mighty fast. As many times as they done had sex before, ain't never got that pregnant that fast before.
She might got splinters as well.
She got on that plane pregnant, and I'm not saying she knew. I'm just saying she got on that plane. She was already pregnant, and 9 times out of 10, her and Beth, I'm sorry, Brooke, they done talked about it. That's why she didn't want her to have no damn DNA pregnancy paternity test when they picked her up from Steffi's house. That's crazy as hell. You go in somebody's house and claim that that's your child, kidnap them out the house without any proof other than word of mouth. You ain't got no legalities backing your claim up, but you could just take a kid from somebody who done paid an adoption person to adopt the baby, $50,000, and just say, "Oh well, that's my baby." Yeah, okay. Let me see the proof.
She done stole Douglas.
He on the stick. Let me see.
I don't think it was
Pee on the stick. Slide down this
baby been born. You got to take blood.
Yeah, you got, but You could do a DNA test. Liam could have done a paternity test before he did all that. He ain't do none of that. He just went and told Hope that this is the baby. Douglas said that Thomas knew about it the whole time and just lied. He kept the baby from us. How are you going to do that and you don't got no proof?
But Steffi went to go get her paternity test and found out it was Liam. Then it turned around to be Finn. Just like Vinny, don't be playing with people like that. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm just saying. That shit just been circling around. And they've been circling around for no reason. When Beth turned out to be Bridget Part 2, don't say I ain't told y'all.
You said Bridget Part 2.
Don't say I ain't told y'all.
There was always a question about Bridget, though.
No. No. Because remember, they got the test. But Sheila mixed it up. She didn't do it. She didn't do it on purpose. Like she tried, but she didn't know which one. No. This didn't happen with this baby. That only happened with Hayes. Now with Kelly, that didn't happen with that. That test came out and said who the daddy was.
Her deadbeat daddy that need to be shot by Sheila. That's the one who she should have shot. Put some bullets in both of them.
You done put a lot of thought into this.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you can. You put a lot of thought into that theory, and
Well, yeah, because I'm not just gonna be saying no fan fiction without me backing up what I'm saying. And I've always said, like, it always is like, it bothers me that he hasn't confirmed Beth. And I don't give a damn how sure it is. If Bill haven't said it, it's a reason why. It's a reason why he haven't said it. Like, he had confirmed all these other kids, but he has not confirmed Beth, and it's a reason.
Because Liam
it's like he's gonna flip the script later.
Because Liam is too busy buffing floors with Hope still.
I just wonder who the daddy gonna be, because I'm saying it might be Oliver. Only reason why I said it was Oliver because she don't. Now that's one thing. Hope ain't throwing it out there, so she ain't got too many options that she done put herself out there for.
She said before she came back to town, she was dating other people.
Right. She said she was dating other people, and my whole thing is Oliver was her first love. He ain't been on script. It just be like, what if it might have been Oliver? Because if it had been Wyatt didn't go off script none of that time. He was on script the whole entire time. He never go out of town on business or nothing. So if he would have been sneaking around with Hope, it would have been him going away for a minute. Like he done went away with Flo right now. He ain't been on script for a long period of time back then. So I don't know about it being
I didn't told y'all the felon is overseas somewhere tied up with panties. we can leave her over there. We don't need her back. I don't even know why he's still engaged to her. Why are you engaged to a woman that allegedly stole your niece, your second niece?
He forgave her.
I wouldn't forget that. I'm sorry.
He forgave her.
Who forgave what? What are you talking about?
Wyatt forgave Flo for kidnapping his niece and telling everybody she was dead.
Yeah.
That's how so they were able to move forward and get,
you need to get Taylor back her money then.
Throw almost under the bus.
Where he gonna get that $50,000 check from?
He needs to give.
He ain't got no money.
Money, they'll never see that back. She gonna keep it. That's her dowry. So when she marries Wyatt, they got money to put it down.
Mari said she bought a car.
She bought more panties to be locked up in.
More.
That's just all right. Just disgusting. Like you felt comfortable enough to keep money that bought your niece, your cousin, your second cousin, whatever she is to you. That's blood money.
Revealed. Oh, I'm hope
Yeah,
so.
that's like you stole your
Jesus.
first cousin's baby.
Yeah.
You
Just
She still
blood
got that.
money.
She using that money, just rolling with it. Acting like, oh, I didn't just steal a baby. I just got free money.
you stole your cousin's
And
baby.
I'm surprised Shauna ain't say nothing to her about that. Like she like really bit was like one of the characters I really liked
This
because
the
I
thing is,
love the
this Shauna
cat.
know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Shauna's supposed to keep her mouth closed.
yes, exactly.
Child.
So I didn't like. I mean, I like for I like how she stepped to Brooke and stood up 10 toes down on the hoe. Like you ain't gonna get me out the way just that easily. That I appreciated. But when it came to Flo and what she did dirty to Steffi and Hope, she really surprised me on that. I was like, I'm a little shocked.
Child, Shauna was scared when she was standing behind Quinn and Quinn slapped the taste out of Brooke's mouth. She was just like, wait, whoa. What am I witnessing? Well, your friend doesn't say it, she done changed. But when you piss her off, hello.
So I have a question. So there's not going to be anything tomorrow here in the States shown.
Nope.
So they're going to show it in other countries tomorrow. So you think they're going to replay it again on Wednesday like they did last preemptive show?
They probably will.
Oh, God. That mean they're going to push back our shit with Steffi.
That's
So
why they
she
should
not.
do these hearings on a Saturday.
That's why they need to do this shit in the prime time. Early in the morning or something. Molly said, yep, they have to. That's crazy.
Child, can we get like a little 10-minute break from this? Because I know how they going to start. Oh, the committee is back before our 2-week recess.
Well,
That's what they supposed to be done anyway. They call an emergency one. They supposed to be done anyway. They found a reason to call an emergency one just to show some videos.
well, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. This better be worth the time that they spending on it, because otherwise, I could be trying to find a house in Columbia to live in, because I promise y'all I can't stay here. I can't stay here. I've already told my mama she needs to come on. And I can watch soap operas everywhere. Maybe I could move to Italy, and the next time the show does like a fan event in Italy, I can just pop up because I'm in Italy. And then we'll be doing drinks the day after from Italy.
I'd rather move to Switzerland.
No,
Be right next to Tina Turner. Right over there.
I can't be in Switzerland. I don't like being cold. I'm really trying to stay as close to the equator as possible.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stick out like a sore thumb. I got too much. I got way too much color on me, and I would stick out like a sore thumb. It's like every 10-mile radius, you might see somebody that look like me. I'm not automatically comfortable in that situation with me being outnumbered.
That's why I'm going to Colombia, to Palenque, because that's where the escaped and freed slaves ended up landing, and then they drove all them people out and told them y'all ain't got to go back to Denmark or wherever the hell you from, but you got to get up on out of here because we done with all this. And so
Okay.
they successfully liberated San Basilio de Palenque. And that's where I feel like I need to be. Like you see pictures of those people and they're black and they speak Spanish. That's where I'm supposed to be at. So
Michael Jackson did say, "Take me to a place with no name."
That's my dad, but he not from Mexico or anything. My dad is Haitian and Cuban, so he speaks French and English, and he speaks Spanish.
We all kept saying back in 2016, "Oh, we're gonna leave the United States." Still stay here for 4 years and learn what was going down.
I didn't have the money then, but I have the means now.
My sister is moving to Panama, and she trying to get my dad to go with her. And he like, he don't want to go.
Yeah, my mama don't want to go either. And I'm like, you can stay here for Thunderdome if you want to. I'll be out here looking for water, talking about driving across damn deserts. I would be watching y'all on TV. This shit fixed to be the Running Man meets. What was that movie Arnold Schwarzenegger did on Mars? And they air. What was that movie?
Total Recall.
Total Recall. Y'all fixed to be trapped in some fucking Total Recall, Thunderdome, Mad Max, post-apocalyptic bullshit in a couple more years. And I promise you I'm trying to get out as best I can. Like, if I got to leave everything that I have behind to go, then that's what it's gonna take. Just me and my dog on the airplane with my passport. Deuces. I can't. I don't want to die here because these people are crazy.
As long as you got free health care and I got a place to live and it ain't that cool, I'm good.
I don't even care if I got free health care. I'm on the other side of the hill. I'm fixing to be in my 50s. I'm going to move to Colombia and eat fresh fish from the ocean. Like I've been there my whole life. And if I end up dying sooner rather than later, it's been a good ride. And I got to move to Colombia and I'm good. But if I've got to be here, if I got to be stuck here and die, I'm going to be fucking bitter. From 55 to the grave, I'm going to be like one of them old people you hear about on TV, like, oh, she's so mean. Why is she?
I don't blame you. This country, first of all, this country is aging the shit out of its population now. We all aging way faster than we should because of all this shit.
Well, I mean, black don't crack. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we don't crack on the outside, but we cracking up on the inside.
Exactly. My soul feel old because of this raggedy country.
In the last
they kill
4
me
years,
when they say we don't crack. We crack on the inside.
That's true.
Oh no, my face is still well beat, but on the
y'all
inside,
see that picture down there?
I just feel
I look
old.
pretty good for a 40-plus-year-old woman too, but on the inside, honey, I'm about 85 years old. I've been through 2 world wars, every damn thing.
It feel like it.
Yeah.
In the last 4 years, we done had to deal with a tyrant, COVID, monkeypox. What's going on?
We've been through all the pox. We done been through swine.
You know what?
West Nile.
It kills me that people don't understand. 1999, it has been a new virus, a new anything, some type of sickness every freaking year. Every freaking year has been a brand new. Look it up. Since 1999, they done had SARS, bird flu, any kind of H1N1, 61. It's just been a whole bunch of shit, and it's just like, what are y'all in the lab every day coming up with new airborne shit to fuck us up with? Yeah. When y'all gonna come up with some clean air? Why is it so hard for you to figure out climate control needs to be the #1 agenda on everybody's agenda? Fuck everything else.
Yeah,
that needs to be #1.
Running the asylum.
It's crazy. It's just ridiculous. Like I just feel like everybody just suffering from outbreak monkey disorder. It's just like everything just coming out.
We're gonna end on that note because you said my outbreak monkey disorder. I watched that when it came out, and I love monkeys, but I was like, why had to be a monkey?
Because when the monkeys escape.
Yeah, monkeypox.
And on that note, I'm going to wish y'all a good night. And I guess we're going to see what we see tomorrow. I hear that at least the hearing might be popping. Since we can't see what's going to happen with Quentin and Eric until Wednesday.
Y'all be safe. Beware of these rooster pox that's coming out.
And y'all be safe too. Watch out for the rooster pox. Y'all have a good night.
I got the goosebumps.
Yeah. Goosebumps and the monkey rooster pox. Good night.
Good night.